Alright, what's going on, guys? I don't know if you guys heard, but it's been a historic week this past week. So I'm sure you guys have at least heard about the Miss Universe contest before, right? It's like the ultimate beauty pageant. Each country chooses one woman to represent them, and then they all basically compete against each other to see who is the best looking woman in the universe. I think they also ask them questions and stuff. You know, they try really hard not to make it just about looks or whatever, but like, let's be honest, man. Nobody is watching these contests for any of these women's political opinions.
Okay. Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. Or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
So, as you can see, everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, for example, I'm probably smarter than all of these women, but at the same time, I'm probably also uglier than all of these women, and that's okay, alright? Nobody's perfect. But anyways, the real reason that Miss Universe 2018 was such a big deal is because this was the first year that a transgender person actually made it into the contest. So I guess that was a pretty big deal. Now, before I show you what she looks like, I want to play a little game with it, okay? So I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen, and this is a lineup of some of the Miss Universe 2018 contestants, and I want you guys to see if you can figure out which one of these is the transgender one. Alright, I'll give you a second. You can pause the video if you want, you know, take a closer look, zoom in, see if you can identify any meat hanging or anything like that. But take all the time you need to identify which one you think it is, and then write your answer in the comments section down below, or just keep it in your head, or however you want to keep track of that. But without further ado, here is the first ever transgender participant in the Miss Universe contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, Angela Ponce.
So I would like to introduce everyone to Angela Ponce from Spain. She was the one in the very middle of that original picture that I showed you, so congratulations to all of you that guessed correctly on that one. But I'll put up some more pictures on the screen so you guys can get a more detailed look. But I've done a fair amount of research on this topic, and I'm gonna have to be honest here, man. She's looking pretty good. Like, if I didn't tell you that this used to be a man, I don't think that most people would even be thinking that, right? Like, they did a pretty good job. So shout out to the doctors over there in Spain. But I want to bring your attention to a very specific picture. This picture right here. I need to get everyone's opinion on this one specifically, because as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like she has a dick. I mean, I could be mistaken. I'm not a dick expert, but it seems to me that there's nothing there. You know, maybe they did an extremely good job of hiding it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that she does not have any meat. You know, I don't know what exactly she does have going on down there, but I'd like to volunteer to find out. You know what I'm saying? I'm up for the challenge. I would be down to explore those walls. Well, actually, now that I consider it, I'm not sure if there are any walls. I'm not really sure how it works at all, honestly, but you know what? That's why we gotta find out. So I volunteer in the name of science to find out. No homo though, but well, I guess a no homo is not really necessary here. It doesn't apply because there's no dick, as far as I can tell, and if there's no dick, then it's not gay, right? Is that how it works? I don't know. This is all very new. I don't think we've really established the rules for all of this as a society yet. It's more of a learn as you go process, but all I'm saying is I think she looks pretty good, especially for someone that used to be a man, and I'm gonna be quite honest with you, it's a little bit concerning, okay? They're getting a little bit too good at this, all right, with all the updates in science and technology and all that. In like another 10 years from now, like, we about to be getting straight bamboozled out here. Like, you won't even be able to tell. Anyways, moving on. That's enough of the visual examination. I'm not sure what she actually placed at the event. They don't give out all of the placements. I know that she didn't win, but I think she actually placed okay. Like, people were impressed. I mean, just the fact that she was able to make it this far is pretty crazy, because it's not easy to get into. You have to start at like a local level, then a regional level, state level, national level, and then like one person from each country that wins like the national level contest, they make it to the universe contest, right? So she's definitely beaten some women along the way. I just can't imagine being like a naturally born woman that loses to this man who became a woman. Like, that's tough, bro. Like, I guess men really are just better at everything, including at being women. Like, that's crazy. Like, a man is better at being a woman than a real woman. Like, let that one soak in for a second. I'd imagine within like the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, maybe even sooner than that, I think a transgender woman is actually going to win. I could definitely see that happening in the near future, and I know people are about to be triggered about that one. And actually, this is one of the instances where I don't really think it's a big deal. Like, I don't see that much of an issue with it, because like when it comes to sports, especially MMA, like just a side note real quick, why is it out of all the sports available on the planet, the sport where they lock two individuals into a steel cage and make them beat the shit out of each other has the most transgender athletes? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? I just can't approve of that. I think we even covered one story like a few months ago where the transgender fighter crushed the skull of her female opponent. Like, yeah, of course she did. Like, you can't lock a dude and a woman into a cage and tell them to fight. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? So I'm still of the opinion that this shit has no place in sports, and it's not about equality, it's about people getting hurt. But for something like this, for a beauty pageant, nobody's getting hurt. Like, who is this really affecting? In fact, I'd argue that the person that was born a man and became a woman to try to enter a competition like this, they are at a huge disadvantage. Whereas with sports and stuff like that, anything physical really, the person that was born a man has a huge advantage, right? So this is the complete opposite. So I'm not really seeing why this is that much of an issue. I mean, the only people who it's really affecting, I guess, is the other women in the contest. But the thing is, like, if you enter one of these contests and you can't even beat a dude, you had no chance of winning in the first place. Like, you suck already, so I don't know what you're crying about. So I really don't see the big deal. You know, that's coming from me. You guys know my stance on the majority of these, but for this instance right here, I mean, let them do it, man. It's not affecting anybody. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I think there are certain battles that we should pick when it comes to stuff like this, and this isn't one of them, man. Just let them have this shit, bro. Who cares? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are not already, follow me on Twitter, links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
Can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.